Alright, I should be broadcasting. Let me know. I don't know if it should. I think it does this screen, right? I can go to my channel. I should be live on there. Yeah, live broadcast. Here it is. Go to my channel. Cat is like licking my knee right now. What are you doing, you weirdo? She wants attention. You're just being a little goofball, aren't you? Yeah. That was weird. I've never done that before. She'll lick my feet, like my toes, but she never like licked my knee. And she just walked away. Like, just I pet her a little bit and she walked away. I'm a fucking weirdo. Anyway. Alright, now I guess the easiest way... easiest way to do it is if I would have like a private match and do like a head-to-head private match, but that won't work. I could jump into Plunder, because that way I'll have my loadout right away. That's probably the easiest way. I'll just do a solos Plunder Blood Money. That'll probably be the simplest way to... Yeah, let's do that. Oops, I keep hitting that button. Man, that one's even on. So right now, I have turned on, I have aim assist on, but I don't have it on high, like at all. I just want to try it out. I haven't used it, so I'm curious. I was watching people's videos online. The setting I have it on is low. Like, it will assist, but it's not like, there's no screen shake, and it's not zooming onto people's, you know what I mean? Like, if someone crosses within your field of vision in front of you, it'll start to move towards the person. It doesn't lock onto them, from what I've seen online. So I put it on like a low setting, and I have the recoil control set up. I have a custom loadout set up on the pack that you load in-game. You press a button on the pack, like the touchpad, and then another button, and it loads your settings for that custom loadout, which I have set up to my custom loadout, my Farah that I get, my ghost loadout. So on that, it has the recoil control on the Farah and the 1911, and also I put rapid fire on the 1911. It is painfully obvious for the 1911 with the rapid fire. Like, if I got killed with that, I'd be like, what the fuck? Is that an automatic 1911? Like, I would 100% question that. So I don't know if I would use that in game. That's one, like, because I'm not trying to draw attention to myself really. I'm just trying to level this shit with these fucking people and see how it works. I'm still messing around with it. I've mapped the one paddle for slide canceling, so that's just like doing the slide, you know what I mean? So like for this, but it's way easier to control, and you can pop up like at whatever distance you want, or stay down, and then it starts. I also put on hair triggers. That's one people online said to definitely do. So like, tap the fucking thing, and I did map it incorrectly. I had, when I first turned it on and was like messing around with it, I had turned on what was called, I changed the ping to that trigger, so I got rid of that, so it no longer does that. Thankfully. There is an option to do that, but in-game it's called ADS ping on fire. So like every time you fire it pings it, but I don't.
Alright, soldier, mark a drop point for your team.
Anyway, it's a little... Alright, let's just go somewhere so I can load this and... Bunch of people around me. Let's go somewhere that probably not many people will drop to begin with. See if it'll lock on. How about here? This looks good. Nobody's gonna be out here in the open. Why would they come here? Like a shed for shooting? Alright, so right now I don't have it on. So this is just like my Farah It's actually pretty good. It's like not moving at all. So, yeah, like it stayed in that area from the back that far, and I didn't even turn it on. That's just because I have the recoil control on in general for the guns. Like on this profile, they're called. You have two different profiles, primary and secondary. So my secondary profile right now, like an automatic 1911 with no recoil.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Now I'm gonna turn this on because then I can mess with the values. So it's this loadout, and then I'm gonna put on my custom values. So now it's even more accurate than it was because I have the custom values now set. Like, look at that. They're all... That's someone's face right there with 9 shots in a second or two. And then the same thing with the Farah. Like, I'll aim at this box here. I'll use as a... See right now how it's going down like that? Like that down recoil. It's too much. So, like, my setting that I just loaded is wrong. Yeah. So now I'm gonna correct that.
Primary LZs are marked. Extract is standing by. Enemy UAV overhead.
That it does. Like, you can set it so it's just like general and it'll auto correct in game. Like, as you fire, it'll adjust itself. But it's not as accurate as basically mapping it yourself, figuring it out, setting your own values, and then you can save your own values. I saved the wrong value when I did that. So I adjusted it. It's still going down a little bit, so... And then we'll just adjust it again. Yep, and now we're pretty good. It's going up. So, like, the one it originally started on was the best one. It's not loading, you know? It's not reloading. I'm running out of ammo, but... I have no ammo. Let's go find some ammo. But when you set the values correctly, which when I dropped, they were actually set correctly. I think I messed it up when I loaded a profile, and I think I loaded the wrong profile. Because when I started, they were perfect. So, press start. Basically, if you're in Warzone, you have to wait till you get a loadout drop. But here in Plunder, you can access your loadout at any time. So you would press start, and then you go to your loadout, then you press the touchpad and the L trigger, the L1, and the controller is now rumbling. So then I pick my loadout. So like I'll just pick, and I don't get to change my loadout in game. I have values set on the controller, so it's loading the values I have for the loadout that I set. You know what I mean?
Team is tracking your position.
If that makes sense. I think that's munitions box I just picked up. Perfect.
Enemy UAV overhead.
So I just reloaded the one. Let's see if that's pretty accurate. Yep. Like, look at that. No recoil out. You'll see. I loaded the wrong one before. No recoil. Like, we can go from further away, too. Oh, that's the, that's this gun. It's John McClane's, the Shatterblast. It's like the effect for... And I'm dead. I mean, of course I'll come back, it's plunder, but... Oh no! Ooh. Yeah, I mean, good for him. But I just want his place to shoot here, so... This works. It should still be loaded. Just want like some reference, a little distance here. That's good distance. Like, I am adjusting it a little bit myself there because of the distance. It's not perfect. But like, I am not doing much adjusting at all. A little wild, but that's also from that, like... But even so... I guess I was shooting up at here. It's great. I think my cat just threw up. Anyway, maybe I should do something here. Ooh, hey. Ooh, hey. Hey, ooh, hey. But yeah, it's pretty, definitely creates an unfair advantage. We see it so much we see that. Like, I didn't know what it was until I started messing around with it. And then I started looking at people's kill cams. Oh, you might be busy. You're cool. You're cool, man. I just don't want to be, like, annoying or anything. But yeah, man. Started watching people's kill cams better, knowing what to look for. And, like, so many fucking people are using these strike packs. So many people. I got it on sale on Amazon. It was like 37 bucks. And it was normally like 40 something. You can get it on their website, I think, for like 35 or around the same price plus shipping. This didn't, shipping was included, so you know, it works for me. Oh, where'd they drop calling the copper? Copter. And then it was 15 bucks for the mod pass for the year. Let's call it 50 bucks. You know, like, give or take. But it's crazy, man. It's just like blows my mind.
This is loader 2-0. Good copy. Cluster strike away.
Oh, did I get him? I don't know if there is one. I know there's, and because like this isn't like we talked about. There's other things you can get that are like real mods, like the Cronus Zen. I know you can get. I think you can get banned for the Cronus. I'm not sure. Like, it's not modding, it's not hacking, but in the sense of the PlayStation. But different games have different terms of service, and in the terms of service, for example, for this game, you can't use like modded controllers. It's anything that that changes it from like the paddles. I think are fine, but like that won't get you banned. But I know like in tournament play, you can't use even the paddles.
Enemy soldier incoming.
I don't know. It's whatever, really.
Where's the fucking cavalry?
This is Striker 3-1. Good copy. Strike inbound.
Yeah, the FPS Dominator.
No hits on that run.
It's great, man. I don't even like. The paddles alone are an awesome addition. Like, the slide canceling is awesome. That really is super useful. Doing it like not even having to move any of my fingers from the sticks, or anything. Like that alone, I think you would find use for. and like my left trigger is reload, so I don't ever have to move my thumb to reload. A lot of people have their left triggers like for switching weapon. But I like it for the reload. It's, dude, I was thinking this to myself last night, before we got on. I meant to tell you and I forgot. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, if you were to slap on that no recoil, I'm like, like you already get, like, you usually get, like, an average, I don't know, 7 kills a game. Something like that. Like, you're gonna double it. Like, and I would feel bad about it if I didn't see, like, everybody else laser shooting me. Like, the other stuff, there's other things you can put on. Like, I'm not trying to put on the aim assist like that guy we saw with the shaky screen. Like, I'm not trying to cheat, because to me that's just like, I'll probably turn the aim assist off. I mean, it's not cheating in the sense of, it's not in the sense of the game. Yes, it is by the terms of service of, say, Battlefield, like, or Call of Duty, above what you'd normally have. Yeah, it amplifies it. Like, I have mine low right now at 15. But like, if I see a person, or if a person's running across the screen, I'll aim down at them, and you'll see my crosshairs start to follow them. But some people have it set up where, like, it'll, when you get to it, you'll see me looking. Like, mine will kind of trail slow, like I'm doing right now. Well, not right now, you'll see. Will trail slow. And then other people will have it all cranked up. Their screen's going to be, like, shaking, and then it'll go faster. Like, I'm not trying to have screen shake, and I've read about it. People are like, well, if you're cool, if you're fine with the screen shake, you know, crank it up to 30, and like it'll lock on and do this and this. And I'm like, dude, even at 20, you get a little bit of screen shake, and I'm kind of like, I don't, and yeah, and I'm not trying to like flat out cheat. Like that to me, if you're cranking up aim assist to the point where your screen's shaking unnaturally, like. Like, come on. That's like, I loaded the Dead by Daylight mods that are on here last night just to check it out, and I wouldn't use them. It's like, they're unnatural to the game. Like, so the one is you click in the left trigger when you're not moving, and you start to, like, spin around in a circle, like, run in a circle. That one's like, I'm like, alright, that's kind of, because it'll help, like, confuse and evade. I'm like, fine. But then the other one is when you press in the left trigger to run, it makes you, like, like, basically shake from left to right, move from left to right, and it's, like, completely unnatural, and it looks weird, and it's, like, totally obvious that you're doing something that's not part of the game. It helps to evade. There is another one which makes it, which I would use, where you act, like, say you're working on a generator, you basically click in the right stick, and it makes it so you can't trip the generator. It'll work the generator in a way that you won't trip it. And then there's an option for when you're on the hook. It's like turbo release, and then where it makes you wiggle faster. I wouldn't use them because again, that is a situation where it's blatantly obvious that I'm using or doing something that's unnatural to the game, and I'm not trying to get reported. I'm not trying to like be that asshole. But I thought I'd look at it. I thought, let me check it out. Yeah. Like, so I'm fine with doing the recoil stuff, because really, like, first off, you need a lot of votes to get your account banned. I'm not going to get my account banned off 100 fucking reports. Like, and even then, they're going to look into it and be like, well, we don't see anything. So it could just, you know what I mean? But whatever. I'm not gonna do it. I probably won't even use it. Like, I like the paddles just for them, like, as it is. Like, having the crouch and slide on the right paddle and the reload on the left paddle saves me, like, that little extra second that I fucking need. You can't tell how many times I've gotten killed, like, moving my hand to reload. Now I could just, like, reload. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What time is it? 12:16. Yeah. To what? Yeah, we have until the 20th of the month, but the locker's only reserved until tomorrow. Yeah, you have a month. You have 30 days, and you can still try to return it outside of the 30 days, but then it's not with Amazon, it's through the seller. So, like, I could have actually done it through the seller. It actually said the easiest and fastest way to, but you know it's not. That's just because they want you to do that, was to talk directly to the seller. There was a chat option because it was through the PS store. Like, it was from the official seller, so there was actually a chat option to go directly through them. But I said, fuck it, this is why I pay for Prime, so they can do the legwork for me. I'm not trying to, like, make it easier for Prime. It's not quicker and easier for me. It's quicker and easier for you. You could just walk down the street to the fucking 7-Eleven, drop it in a box. Like... Oh, this tripped our humidity sensor. We can't... That's the beauty about the online stuff. So, sadly, a lot of that's going to be coming to an end now with COVID and everything, like, returning to normal. During COVID, that was great. It was, well, I mean, like, for example, with my TVs. I had 2 different TVs break that I got through Micro Center, like, during the COVID times. And because of that, they weren't sending any technicians out to do repairs. So instead of coming out to check it to see if it can be repaired, they were just issuing replacement refunds. So instead of them saying, oh, we can fix this, we're just going to take your TV for a week and repair it and then give it back to you. Instead, they're like, hey, just drop the TV off and here's your money back. They're not. They're not. Trust me, man. Oh. They're not going to, Brad. You're going to have a new controller in your hands before they've even opened that box. Like, they don't care. Literally, they're going to open it and they're going to toss it in a bucket. They're not going to look at it. They're going to open up the box, take the controller, and throw it in a bucket of broken stuff, and then they're going to recycle it all. They're not even going to look at it. Especially with the global chip shortage now, and like the gold, like all that stuff, they're just gonna recycle it. They're gonna fucking like that stuff's just, you don't have to worry about it. They might plug it in, if they don't see it power on, they're like done. Because it could have been a defective battery for all. They're not gonna open it up and be like, oh, let's spend the man hours. Nah. Well, yeah, they'll plug it in and see it doesn't power on, and they'll just be like, chuck it, crack it open, take the bits, melt the gold, get like like, throw the rest away. It's broken. This is broken. They're not even gonna bother. They're not gonna waste the man energy to open up a broken controller to figure out why it broke. They don't care. Not with the amount of money they make. They can't even keep their fucking systems on the shelves. They're selling them out so fast. They're hand over fist making money. I don't know. That's news to me. Maybe now because of all the shit going on. Like, I don't... Because of the chip shortage, maybe. I know, like, there's, like, a lumber shortage right now, too, and stuff like that. Because of it's all related to diminished workforce because of COVID. And and everything associated with that, down to the person cutting the wood to the shipping containers coming into port, you know, like, every aspect is fucked still. it's getting better. But the other problem is, with people aren't coming back to work because you know, but all that's all ending though. So I mean, like one, it's but even then, it's I don't know. Part of unemployment and like is with that is that you have the right. Basically, it's like you have the right to not accept a job if it's not going to pay you like what you were making before you, at least what you were making before you went on unemployment. You know what I mean? So say like you get offered a job, but you're making $25 an hour, and you get offered a job at 15. Like obviously you don't have to take that. So they're not going to be like, oh well, you turned down a job you could have taken. Like you got to go. Like you can't. They'll be like, oh, all right, well, it's $10 less than what you were making, so that's a good reason to turn it down. So that's what's happening to a lot of people. A lot of people were making, I'll just pick a random number, $85,000 a year. But now the jobs that are available to them are $55,000 a year. And it's like, well, I'm making $70,000 a year on unemployment, so not me, no, no. I'm just making up numbers, because depending on the unemployment, you can get like, depending on how much you get, it's like during COVID you were getting 100%. It's not at 100% anymore, I don't think. But like during that whole like year plus, you were making 100% of your wages on unemployment that you made with your regular job. So like if you were making $100,000 a year and you lost your job and you went on unemployment was paying you $100,000 a year. Yeah, like, and then I think it's at 60% now, with like, because that stuff ended. But still, I mean, if you were making $100,000 a year, 60% of that's 60,000, plus you're getting an extra $300 a week. That's 1,200. That's an extra 12,000. So you're at $72,000 a year, and the jobs you're getting offered are at 55. You're like, well, I'm making more money on unemployment. Why would I not? When the money I'm getting back is tax money I've put into it. So you have that. That's the problem going on. You have a lot of the Republicans who are like, well, there's jobs open in the food service, and these slackers are. It's like, well, I was an investment banker making, it's like, yeah, so I don't know, I'm just like pulling, what I mean? It's so it's all that stuff going on. I mean, after this week I'm going to be at home with Archer 5 days a week. We're taking him out of daycare totally. Yeah, dude, we were paying what were we originally? We were paying, it was $370 a week for 4 days, and then it was down to $225 because it's not prorated. They do it like the more days you're there, the less it costs. Bullshit. So we were still paying $900 a month. So now and now with that's like 3.5. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, I guess it's 4.5. 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. Well, it works out really well because I actually, for the past month, I haven't been getting unemployment because there was some issue with my account that's being resolved, and it's like impossible to get through to the unemployment office. It's like there's articles about it. It's ridiculous. But I haven't been getting it. Yeah, because there's some issue, and then that issue is solved, but then there's another one that I created by accident when I was trying, so it doesn't matter. But, so with the unemployment, we were like, but anyway, now with him taking it fully out, we're like, making money again. So that was good. Yeah. Yeah. But, it's gonna be fun. Challenge. Oh, okay. Well, it's 12:30, man. I know you got stuff to do. I'm just gonna go and pull the band. I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off and go do this shopping. The cleaning I could do, like, I could play games and clean at the same time, but I know it's 12:30, and if I don't do the shopping now, I'm gonna be going out at like 2 o'clock. I don't want that. I'm broadcasting all this. Let me like